does food fix your feelings, and why do I not think or turn to going for a walk, which I really enjoy doing, or reading a book when I'm feeling really stressed or tired or want to change the way I feel? Why do I always grab something like food? Why do I always turn to food? It's a really interesting question, and we had a Q&A last night, and this come up a lot. And we talked about intuitive eating a lot. If you're not familiar with that, that's one for another day, but kind of covers a bit today as well, which I wanted to discuss. And it's a really interesting question. You know, if you ask most people, they'll conclude that food doesn't fix a feeling, and yet we always go to food, or often go to food. Hey, Karen, often go to food to change the way we feel. But we can all probably agree that it doesn't actually fix the problem, right? Whether that's feelings of stress, feelings of tiredness, if we are eating for those reasons. Now, what it does do, though, and as you'll all agree, is make you feel a bit better in the short term. Maybe it puts a plaster over it. It's a bit self-soothing, a bit like giving, you could describe it like a dummy for a baby, a blanket for a baby, a bottle for a baby. Soothing, fits the need, but maybe doesn't actually solve the problem. So why is it that we turn to food rather than something else we enjoy, like walking? Well, if you just ask the question and consider that, what's easier? What does it rely on? Nothing, right? So food, you can just go and grab it really easily without, you don't need anyone else to do it. You don't need anyone's permission. You don't need the weather to be good, like it is today. Amazing. And that's, you've got to consider it's easier to do. Not to mention the obesogenic environment, as they call it, that we live in now, where it's so easy just to get food whenever you want. Like wherever, whenever, cheaply. So, especially fast food. So number one is, how can you make this a bit more convenient? How can you make this a bit more convenient to do? Number two, though, is actually making this a bit more practical. So we spoke about this yesterday, and even just being aware of this now is a really powerful thing to do. But we talked about our environment, we talked about what else we can do, accountability, all these things that we know, because most people know what to do, but we still don't do it. So when it comes to this, I spoke about something that comes in my my mind a lot, in that I can be on an evening. Hey Lisa, I can be on an evening inside in the kitchen, and I can be like, I'm actually too tired. This thought goes in my head. Okay, hey Teresa, this thought actually goes through my head, which is laughable. I'm too tired to go to sleep, or I can't be bothered to go to sleep, so I might just see if I'm hungry. I'll say that again. When you say it out loud, it's even I give myself more permission to laugh at myself. I'm too tired, or I can't be bothered to go to sleep, so I'm just going to see if I'm hungry. Which you probably agree is, when you write that down, it's quite laughable. And my point in here is when you're in your head, we go into that habitual state. So if you're someone right now who's trying to change their relationship with food, sometimes it's important to actually take a step back here, because sometimes, and be a bit kind to ourselves, actually honor the way we feel, honor our hunger. You know, how do we feel halfway through a meal? Are we full up? Do we have feelings of comfortably full? Are we actually tasting the food? How does it taste? How does it smell? That mindfulness when we eat. Putting your knife and fork down between bites, or a few bites. And that sounds really odd to some people, but notice some people, when you eat at a restaurant or something, some people actually do that. Like, the difference between the way I eat and how Mrs. Fruci eats is crazy, actually. Hey, Natalie. The difference in speed is unreal. I can put away a lot more, for one, and two, my dinner's kind of gone by the time she's halfway through hers, and I'm almost eyeing up the leftovers. And a lot of this does come from upbringing as well. What your food environment is when you were younger. Italian background, yeah, eating is love in that. So let's make this really practical. You can go back to habits here as well. Like, it could be a habit. We're so used to doing it, maybe we want that instant reward, right? That instant reward of just eating something, because nothing provides more of an instant reward than food. So my first step is really practical that you could just do straight away from here would be to literally apply this two things right now. So number one would be when you have that moment, or before, if you can set your alarm for that, but if not, straight after, don't beat yourself up for that. Number one would be to just write down how you're feeling at that time. So what feelings are going in your head, what you're feeling, are you tired, stressed, happy, sad? Just note that down. Then just eat what you would normally eat, go as you would. Then afterwards, note how you're feeling then. Did it change the way you feel? Are you feeling better? Are you feeling worse? Are you feeling the same? Just be more aware of it and start there. Just be more aware of it and start there. I wouldn't judge this based on weight loss or fat loss or anything like that, whether it works or not. Just do it. Just do it anyway and see if you notice things. See if it does change the way you feel. See if you actually enjoy your food more. So, as I like to make these practical in my walk back, sun-kissed walk back today. So anyway, I hope that helps. Have a awesome day and let me know how you get on with that. Really simple, but for example, if I go in the kitchen tonight and write down, I can't be bothered to go to sleep, so I might as well see if I'm hungry, which I'm obviously not hungry as I'm just tired. If I see that written down, that will be enough for me to just almost laugh at myself and go, just go to bed, just dilly-dallying. So my point is that our messages to ourselves, getting out of our head is a powerful way to change your relationship with food. And if you feel it's your environment and surroundings, comment with checklist below, and I'll send you a few things that you could maybe just score yourself on with regards to the way your kitchen is, living room, office, desk, to make better choices without having to use a ton of willpower. So that's type checklist below and I'll send it over to you. Anyway, enjoy the rest of your day and I'll see you soon. Enjoy the sun. Take care.